Hi, my name is Stephanie from the Kingstanding Food community, and we run gardening club every single week on a Wednesday. So we're going to be doing that, but remotely online. And today we're going to look at hydroponics and microgreens. Okay, so this is a hydroponic tray, and you can pick these up from Wilko's for just a couple of quid. And what it consists of, take these out. This is the water reservoir that the roots will grow down into, and these are the trays that will hold the seeds. Now they've got a grid on them to allow the roots to go through the holes and down into the water reservoir. However, the seeds on the top will not be able to access the water straight away. So while they're germinating, they're going to need some tissue. I've just got a bit of toilet roll here, but kitchen towel is best. We're going to just lay some toilet roll in our tray to just cover the holes, and I'm going to do that on both sides. There we go. There, okay, so I have some tissue on my tray, and what that does is it does two things. One, it stops the seeds just falling straight through the grate into the reservoir below, and it also retains some moisture so that the seeds can stay nice and wet while they're still growing until they hit the reservoir, and then they can supply themselves. Otherwise you'll find out the seeds will just dry out. So these are microgreens. Now these are the microgreens that actually came with it. And we have rocket and basil. However, you don't have to just use these. You may be more familiar with cress, coriander, mustard, broccoli. All of these can be used as microgreens. It's just about when you harvest them. They're full of flavour, and when they're about no more than an inch high, and you can cut them and use them in salads, in sandwiches, etc. So I'm just going to open up, I think I'm going to open up basil actually. I'm going to open up my basil. There we are. Okay, I'm in. And I'm going to sprinkle that over my tissue best I can. It's not going to be an even spread, it's not going to be exact, but that's okay. I'm just going to measure the whole packet. I want lots of greens. There we go. So that's my basil. I love basil, so I'm quite excited about this. So first of all, I'm just going to take one of these trays off. Oh, not that one, because that one's a bit stuck. Try this one. There we go. And I'm going to fill the reservoir with water. And you want to fill it as high as you reasonably can without spilling water when you walk around with it, because I still have to walk this to my windowsill. Okay. And then I'm going to put the tray on top. And just make sure those seeds are as spread out as possible. There we go. Okay, and now I need to water the tissue paper and the seeds. I don't want to use a jug for this because it's too heavy-handed, so I should over here have a handy spray bottle. And this is the bit where if you have very young children, this is the fun bit for them, because they can actually use the spray bottle. I don't normally trust them with a whole jug of water, because that way disaster lies. So I'm just going to spray it. Spray, 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 spray. Spray, 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 spray. And you can see that as I'm spraying it, the tissue paper starts behaving itself, staying in place, and it's really nice and wet now, and the seeds are nice and wet. Let's see if I can tilt this a little bit for you. There you go. Nice wet tissue paper and seed. So now all I have to do is pop this onto my windowsill and then periodically spray it to make sure that the seeds on the top don't dry out before they've put roots into the water. You'll know when they have put roots into the water because you'll be able to see it, because our reservoir is nice and see-through there. Now, if you can't get to Wilko's, which is a pretty strong reality at the minute, you don't need a fancy hydroponic system to grow microgreens. You can just get a household tub like this one. Now, this is just a takeout tub. Take the top off, and you can do this one of two ways. You can either get your tissue, or your kitchen roll ideally, line the bottom of it like so, get your seeds and then sprinkle them in. I've got rockets, so what you do is you just open them up, sprinkle them in as before, get your spray bottle, give it a good water, and then if it's a bit chilly still, don't worry, because you've got a lid. You can put the lid on the top, and this is where the tub becomes a bit more beneficial. Just put the lid loosely on top and it'll create a much warmer environment inside the tub and it'll grow. So even if your windowsill is quite chilly, because maybe it's not quite the right time of year yet, don't worry, you can make your own little mini greenhouse and they will grow just fine. Now, another technique that I have is I've made some crest paper with my little one, and it's just the same as making normal regular recycled paper. When you make an old paper pulp and then flatten it and dry it and make paper. I'll show you that there, just some normal paper that I've cut into strips, except while it was drying I added cress seeds, which creates a strip of cress seed growing medium. So the other thing that you can do, get your takeout tub and pop your seed paper in there. You can also buy this ready-made rolls of seed paper, but it does tend to be more expensive. So I will show you a workshop soon on how to make your own seed paper. We might do that next week. I'm just going to line the bottom with my crest paper strips. I'll just hold it in place and show you here. Ta-da! Now I've just accidentally tipped, my sleeve snagged on my rocket seed packet and disaster has fallen. Oh no! Okay, don't worry, I'm just going to scoop them up. I want to use them all anyway. What I'll do is I'll have a mix of rocket and crest seeds. Now the paper that the crest seeds are fixed onto are going to provide the growing medium to get them kick-started. That's what's going to hold the moisture in while they're still growing. So okay, I've got them in there and I'm going to give them a good spray. Good soak. Make sure that paper is nice and soaked through, because you don't want it drying out anytime soon. And the lid is also going to help us with that, because once we've got the lid on, it's going to trap the moisture in there. It's not going to evaporate off too easily. So we're going to have a lot of moisture and warmth. So we're going to have our nice little tropical greenhouse paradise in there. See? I'll put the lid on. And there we go. Mini greenhouse number 1 ready for the windowsill. Okay, so we'll check back up on those next week when we make our seed paper, hopefully, and see how we're getting on.